So till problem number 6, we did in the last class. So first 6 problems we did, but the first 6 problems are the basic problems and very important. From problem number 7 onwards, it is just a repetition, right? It is just a repetition. So because if you know how to find the z transform of sine and theta, I can apply this that formula to find the z transform of sine of 3n plus 5. So sine of n pi by 4 plus 1, like this. Okay. So if you know these basic concepts, cos, sine, cos hn, sine hn, theta derivations, the remaining things are just repetitions. So let us start from problem number 7. Okay. So there is a video for that. I'll just play that video. Okay. So with respect to 7 and 8, 9th and 10th, I'll write and show it how to solve the problem. Okay. So 7th problem and 8th problem are very simple. So already a recorded thing is there. I'll just play it. And if you have any doubts, let us discuss. Then afterwards, we'll go to problem number 9 and 10. So 9 and 10, I'll write and show it how to solve. Okay. So just a minute. So problem number 9 now. So z transformation of cos h of n pi by 2 plus theta. So this is the problem you have to solve. First, let un, I'll write, just a minute, pen color I'll change. Let un equals, so it is cos h of n pi by 2 plus theta. So this is the given function. So you know, so this one, like previous one, suppose if it is only cos, I can write this in the form of cos of a plus b. I can use cos of a plus b formula, expand it, and cos n theta formula I can apply and find the z transform. But this is cos h of n pi by 2 plus theta. For this type of problem, and if it is a single function like this, you have to do this like a derivation only. That means this is an important problem, guys, repeated many times. So I can write this as, I'll use cos definition, cos hyperbolic in terms of exponential. You know, cos hx, this formula, you know, cos hx can be written as e power x plus e power minus x divided by 2, right? This is the formula for cos hx. Let us apply that formula here. In place of x, what we have? N pi by 2 plus theta. So this is our x. Right. So apply this formula for this function. We get this is equal to, it is e power x. X means n pi by 2 plus theta plus e power minus x means minus of n pi by 2 plus theta divided by 2. Right. So just I am applying this formula here. And further I can simplify this as this is equal to, I can keep this 1 by 2 outside. So I'll write this as e power, see it is like a plus b, and you know e power a plus b can be written as e power a into e power b. So I can split this. So I'll write this as e power n pi by 2 into e power theta, right? Let us split this, plus. So the second term is, it is e power minus n pi by 2 into e power theta, right? So the functions are splitted. And already I told, so if there is a n here, I can write that to the power form. Okay. So and you can write this as, rewrite this as 1 by 2 into, so I'll write e power theta as it is, e power pi by 2 whole raised to the power of n, like this. Then I will take it to the power form. And second term, plus it is e power, see this is minus, sorry, e power minus theta into e power minus pi by 2 whole power n. So that n I will take it to the power form. The purpose of writing like this is, so I want to get a term like k power n. So once you get k power n, I can apply the formula for Z transformation for this. If I take this as k, if I assume this as k, so I know the Z transform of k power n, right? So the formula is, it is Z by Z minus k. So let us apply this formula for these two terms. So therefore we get Z transform of un equals, I'll keep 1 by 2 outside. So here this is the term which is free from n, so I can treat it as a constant. It is e power theta into Z transform of e power pi by 2 whole raised to the power of n, first term. And similarly this is plus e power minus theta into Z transform of just a minute, it is again logged out. Let us continue now. See, I am taking Z transformation for this term, Z transformation for this one now, right? So we have taken Z transformation of n terms. So now let us apply this formula. It is looks like k power n, and for k power n, you know the formula, Z by Z minus k. So k means e power pi by 2 for this term, and for this term k is e power minus pi by 2. So I can write this as, this is equal to 1 by 2 into, it is e power theta into, it is Z by Z minus k. K is e power pi by 2 plus e power minus theta into, this is Z by Z minus e power minus pi by 2. Right, it is almost same as the derivation. Almost same as the derivation only, right? So the formula we have applied. Now after this, you know, as usual, you will take LCM, simplify. Let us follow the same thing. Let us take LCM and we simplify this. This is equal to 1 by 2 into, you know, the LCM is Z minus e power pi by 2 into Z minus e power minus pi by 2. So in the numerator we get, so this is e power theta into Z, this term e power theta into Z into cross multiply with this into Z minus e power minus pi by 2, this term, plus next term, it is e power minus theta into Z minus e power pi by 2, right? So it is e power minus theta into Z into this term. So cross multiplication. Now let us multiply all the terms and we simplify. So this is equal to 1 by 2 into, so let us multiply now. So now I can observe that this Z is common in both the terms. I will take the Z outside, Z into, multiply this e power theta inside. So it is Z into e power theta, Z into e power theta, or we will do one thing, this Z also will send it inside, Z square e power theta, Z also will take it, so the simplification is easy. Z square e power theta, next term minus Z e power theta into e power minus pi by 2 plus, again multiplication here, Z into Z, Z square, plus it is Z square e power minus theta, this term, then Z into this, it is minus Z e power minus theta e power pi by 2. So the numerator terms are multiplied, divided by denominator. So the denominator is, multiply these two terms. So it becomes Z into Z, Z square. Then this is minus Z into this. It is minus Z into e power pi by 2, e power pi by 2. That's next, this term into this term. It is minus Z into e power minus pi by 2, and last term minus into minus plus, it is e power pi by 2 into e power minus pi by 2. Right, the denominator was multiplied. Now in the last term, this plus pi by 2 minus pi by 2 gets cancelled. Bases are same, add the powers, it is e power pi by 2 minus pi by 2. So the entire term becomes e power 0. So this term becomes e power 0, which is nothing but 1. That is e power I'll write this term is e power 0. It is equal to 1, like that. So let us simplify this further. So this implies Z transform of un equals, so see this, here from the first term and from this term I can take z square common, so it becomes e power theta plus e power minus theta from this and this, and from this term and from this term it is minus z e power minus theta is there. Simplification once again, z square e power theta plus z e power minus, so this is e power minus 6. Yeah, this is minus z common from this term and this term. So these two will be as it is. See, here bases are same. Let us add the powers. I will write this as e power. I'll write this term first, guys. Minus z common. It is e power pi by 2 minus theta. Pi by 2 minus theta. Right? Oh, sorry. Just a minute. Just a minute. So from z square common e power theta plus e power minus theta, then minus z common e power pi by 2 minus theta, right, by sending to the next page. Oh, it is writing here. That's why. Okay. So now here, if I take minus common, it is pi by 2 minus theta. Plus it is e power minus common pi by 2 minus theta divided by denominator. So here it wrote, actually I have to go to the next page and write, but because of this it was written like that. Anyway, correct it. So now coming to the denominator, first term was common, z square. I'll write z square as it is, z square. Next, so from these two I can take minus z common. So if I take minus z common, it is e power pi by 2 plus e power minus pi by 2, and anyway the last term was 1. Right. So just I'm taking common factor. See, minus z common here, it is e power pi by 2 plus e power minus pi by 2, and this term already simplified. It is e power 0 and e power 0 was 1. And here only this term you have to see. From these two I'm taking z square common. So it is e power theta plus e power minus theta. The first term was written like this, e power theta plus e power minus theta. In the remaining part I'm taking minus z common to get this. Now this looks like e power x plus e power minus x. See this, e power x plus e power minus x. You know, e power x plus e power minus x, if you cross multiply, it becomes 2hx. So here you get 2h, x means theta. So I can write this as 2 cos h theta. So I can write this as z square into 2 cos h theta minus, next term again same, this is e power x plus e power minus x. I can write z into, it is 2 cos h of x, x means pi by 2 minus theta, divided by denominator, it is z square minus 2z cos h, x means pi by 2 here, so it is e power x plus e power minus x. 2 cos h x is pi by 2 plus last term 1. So this is the z transformation of your problem here. So cos h of n pi by 2 plus theta, for this the z transformation is this. So first anyway use this formula and split it. simplify and then simplify further, you get Z transformation of the given problem here. This is how we can find the Z transformation of a problem. Yes, Hemant, you want to tell me something, right?
Sir, 1 by 2 in.
Sorry, 1 by 2 is there outside. So we forgot to write that 1 by 2. So it is 1 by 2 into here. So here also 1 by 2 into. So that in the numerator I can take 2 common and cancel with this 2. So this 2 gets cancelled in the numerator. So finally we get Z transform of cos h of n pi by 2 plus theta, right, is equal to, it is Z square cos h theta minus Z into cos h of pi by 2 minus theta divided by denominator, that is Z square minus 2Z cos h pi by 2 plus 1. Right? So this is the final answer. So we forgot to cancel the 2. If we cancel the 2 outside because 1 by 2 is there. So finally we get this. This is the Z transformation of your problem, cos h of n pi by 2 plus theta. So this is how we can find the Z transformation of a problem. So you can observe that every problem in Z transformation looks like a derivation only. So whatever we did in the last class, same thing we are doing. Right. So in the same way we can solve that last problem also. And you know the problem number 10 is, it is Z transformation of, it is sin h of n pi by 2. So it is Z transformation of sin h n pi by 2. So this is the problem here. So suppose guys, if this problem was given as a single problem, then directly you cannot use the formula, because if it is a question of 7 mark, if you write the formula and write the answer in 2 steps, the problem will be completed. We cannot do like that. So instead of doing that, we have to do like a derivation only. Okay, so we know that sin hx can be written as e power x minus e power minus x by 2. So in this form you have to simplify. Let us choose un equals, it is sin h of n pi by 2. So according to this formula, I can write this as e power n pi by 2 minus e power minus n pi by 2 divided by 2. Correct? So in place of x, what we have here? N pi by 2. So we have taken that. And this can be written as 1 by 2. We'll keep it outside. It is e power pi by 2 whole power n minus e power minus pi by 2 whole raised to the power of n. So that n we have taken it to the power form. And then take Z transformation on both sides. So this implies Z transformation of un equals 1 by 2. We'll keep it outside. It is Z transform of e power pi by 2 whole power n minus Z transform of e power minus pi by 2 whole power n here. Right? We have taken Z transformation on both sides. And again, this is same as the last one. See Z transformation of e power pi by 2, e power minus pi by 2. This formula I am applying, z minus, the same type of simplification. Because the terms are same, no? E power pi by 2, e power minus pi by 2. So here also it is same thing, e power pi by 2, e power minus pi by 2. Right? So the previous problem already you have solved. In the same way I can do this. It is a similar problem. Correct? It is just a repetition. So what we can do, I can write this as 1 by 2 into, it is z by z minus k. Correct? It looks like z transform of k power n. The formula is z by z minus k, and k is this term, e power pi by 2. Then minus, second term is z by z minus k. K is e power minus pi by 2 here. So we have applied this formula, Z transformation of k power n, Z by Z minus k. Now as usual, same procedure, take LCM and simplify this. We get, this is equal to 1 by 2 into, you know the LCM is Z minus e power pi by 2 into Z minus e power minus pi by 2. So in the numerator we get Z into Z minus e power minus pi by 2 minus z into z minus e power pi by 2 here. right? Just cross multiplication, z into this minus z into this term. Just multiply all the terms. If I multiply the terms, we get 1 by 2 into, so multiply the numerator. See, this is z into z, z square minus this term, z into this term. It is z e power minus pi by 2, and coming to the next term, minus z into z, minus z square, and here minus into this minus, plus z e power pi by 2. Z e power pi by 2. Correct? Now, we have multiplied the entire numerator divided by denominator. So, if I multiply the denominator, so we get multiply these two terms, z into z, z square minus z e power pi by 2. So, just this term was multiplied with this first term z. Next, multiply this term by this minus e power minus pi by 2. So, I get minus z e power minus pi by 2, and here this minus into minus plus, it is e power pi by 2 into e power minus pi by 2, right? So all the terms are multiplied. Now we can observe this plus z square minus z square gets cancelled here in the numerator, and here I can take z common, correct? Now from these two terms, from second and last term, I can take z common. So if I take z common, see 1 by 2 outside, 1 by 2 into z common, this is, if I take z common, this becomes e power pi by 2, and this is minus e power minus pi by 2. It is e power pi by 2, e power pi by 2 minus e power minus pi by 2 divided by denominator z square, this z square. See, from this term and from this term, I can take minus z common, correct? So if I take minus z common, so it becomes e power pi by 2 plus e power minus pi by 2. Correct? Now, we have taken minus z common here. It becomes e power pi by 2 plus e power minus pi by 2. And last term, bases are same, add the powers. It is pi by 2 minus pi by 2 will come. And you know pi by 2 minus pi by 2 is 0. So you get e power 0, and e power 0 is 1. So you get last term as plus 1. Now, further, you know, this looks like e power x minus e power minus x. See this formula now. E power x minus e power minus x. It can be written as 2 sin hx. If there is minus here, it is sin, 2 sin h. If this is plus, it becomes 2 cos hx. Correct? The earlier formula. See, e power x plus e power minus x is nothing but 2 cos hx. So, in the numerator, you get 2 sin hx. Denominator, it is 2 cos hx, and x is pi by 2 here. So substitute now. So this is equal to 1 by 2 outside into, it is 2z sin hx, x means pi by 2 divided by denominator, it is z square minus, see this is 2 cos hx, so 2 into this z, it is 2z cos hx, x means pi by 2 plus 1. Now this 2 gets cancelled, so this is equal to, it is sin z into sin h pi by 2 divided by denominator, it is z square minus 2z cos h pi by 2 plus 1. So this is the z transformation for your problem, sin h of n pi by 2. Right, this is what we did in the previous problem also, but in the last day we forgot to cancel that too, so we cancelled and returned. So same thing we did here also. Right, so this is a common procedure to find the z transformation of any problem. So this is why I told, if you know how to find the z transformation of cos n theta, sin n theta, cos h n theta, sin h n theta, the remaining problems and all, it is just a repetition. Okay, so practice the first 4 problems properly so that you can solve any problem in the z transformation. Right.